I got to admit, I like the new look for Boomer. The old design looked more like an eagle, and it was not living up to the namesake. Number 3, Gillette at number 1, East. First quarter, East wearing the white. There's a lot of congestion by the hoop, so Ashton Brodal says, hey, let's take this outside. Good idea. Her team is on the board first by a score of 3-0. The opposition would take a brief lead, but the Lady Thunderbirds would take it back. They beat the press. Cosette Stellern with a catch and shoot on the run. You can tell they have been practicing. We have a 7-6 ball game. Gillette would do things at their own pace and in their own way. This is Jessie Gear, a junior, and she is just getting started with this 3-ball in the side pocket. I will tell you her numbers later. This contest is evened up at 9-all. Later, she was thinking about it again, then decides to drive the baseline, gets the bucket and the whistle. No good on the extra try, but not a big deal right now. The Lady Camels are now ahead 13-9. The visitors were getting it done from behind the arc in the early goings. Alyssa Howard sees an opportunity, and she will drain this shot to add on 3 more. A few eyebrows were being raised. A 10-zip run makes the score 16-9. And they kept going, and this was big in more than one way. Taylor Deaton eyes it, spies it, buys it. Gillette now up 19-11, but there's more. Deaton with a backcourt steal, scores 2 more. That's 5 points in as many seconds. Now it's a 10-point cushion at 21-11, and we are still in the first quarter. The Lady Camels were not done. They came to play. Gear breezes right by a defender and lays it in. Now it's a 17-2 run and a 23-11 advantage at this point in the game. Last year's state runner-ups needed to get their act together, or else their undefeated record would be no more. Sierra Stellern wins a one-on-one exchange and scores. It's a start, but they are still down 23-13. But the opposition meant business, and so did Gear. Here comes 3 more. Ring them up. 28 points, and the visitors were not messing around, ahead 26-15 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, the home team had their work cut out for them, but they would try to tackle the challenge. Kayla Evans will contribute 2 points to the cause, but they need more, trailing 28-17. You know how some teams live by the 3 and die by the 3? The visitors were definitely living by it. Gear will put it in third gear, and there was no stopping her. Now we have a 14-point differential. It's 31-17. East was trying to stay in this game, and they were having some success inside. Justine Hersig will demonstrate what I mean, as she will go right through the defense like a hot knife through butter. They still have a long way to go, down 36-19. Gillette could score up close too. Guess who? Gear pretty much did whatever she wanted to in this game. She has her squad in command, up 38-20. All the Lady Thunderbirds could do was keep playing and hope the other team gets cold. Ashton Horsley will spin around one defender and score 2 of her 10 points on this play. The deficit is still at 16. It's a 38-22 game. Maybe they got a little something going on now. Maybe. Brodal will get another basket in the paint, but her squad is still on the wrong end of a 40-24 score right now. We are trying to give the home team some love, even though things have not gone their way. They actually had problems dealing with the press, but once in a while they got through. Katie Loken had an 11-point performance. They would take what they could get despite trailing 42-26. But the Lady Camels were not going to let up anytime soon. This is Haley Urbach making a 3-point contribution. The advantage is now 18. The score was 45-27 going into the locker room. Third quarter, East needed to come out on fire if they wanted to get back into this game. This was a good start. Some teamwork paid off, and Hersig will get the finish at the left side hoop. They need a lot more, though, down 45-29. Moving on, the Lady Thunderbirds tried to stay on their course. Stellern with a turnaround hook shot for 2 of her 14 points, and they trail by that much. The score is 45-31, but the opposition would get those 2 right back. Abby Moorkirky with some patience, and she will get 2 of her 11 on that play to move things up to 47-31, and the visitors were in pretty good shape. The home team better start getting a few long shots to go in because they cannot afford to be trailing by that much for much longer. Horsley will answer the call, and they needed that one, but her team is still losing 50-46. But as mentioned earlier, Gillette's full court press did create some problems, and that led to turnovers and points. Maddie Hinshaw is going to cash in on the opportunity to make it a 58-40 game, and they could almost put it in cruise control for the rest of the game. And just in case something went wrong, a little insurance was applied. Hinshaw had a little bit of time to set this 3 up and knock it down about 2 seconds ahead of the buzzer. We still have 8 more minutes to go, but this game may be over already with the scoreboard reading 61-42. Fourth quarter, East kept fighting even though the hole they were in was too big to get out of. Stellern will try to make the score a little more respectable. This bucket makes it 61-44 with her squad still down. The Lady Camels, though, still had gear out on the floor, although we have not heard from her in a while. I think everybody heard that one. Now it's a 20-point game, 64-44, and I hate to say it, if this game was not over before, it is now. There was a college scout in the stands, so just to help out, we will show one more highlight. Here it is. Gillette was ready for this one, and East would taste defeat for the first time this season. Final score, 70-56.